Hi Gemini, this is Ciao with Ariana Stock. This is something which is leaving me very baffled because I'm recording your video for the third time. I don't know what it is. Technical issues are certainly going to abound this February 2026. I will use the Ideal Tarot, Divine Messages Oracle, Love Oracle amongst other decks for your reading this month. So let's just get down to your reading. Let's just keep them aside and get down to your reading for now. The overall energy from the Ideal Tarot, I do have the Knight of Swords. This means that this is the month when you're going to be very tested. Challenges are going to abound because the trekker in this card is someone who is going on an adventure. So unforeseen eventualities or circumstances could be there where you have to act quickly. Maybe you also need to be prepared for unscheduled work. Taxation issues also need to be looked into. With this card also, you need to go the extra mile for gains. Maybe there's also going to be mistrust in a relationship which could bother Gemini. So be careful to nip issues in the bud. The final days of January, stepping into February, I do have the Seven of Wands. Possibly in those final days, you were dealing with new faces, new people who are coming into your life with respect to work, or they wanted to be better acquainted with you. I think your schedule had also gone for a toss at this time. Maybe you also needed to be very tactful while dealing with clients, because sometimes being pushy could mean that you end up with nothing left in your bag. So deals may have been struck, but then some deals may have fallen through. Patience was certainly the key for you. With this card, I'm also picking up that you were in a position to help others. Creatures great and small also required your attention. Perhaps some Geminis, you were also needing to seek divine intervention. Health issues may have also been something which would have bothered some of you. Obstacles to overcome this month, or the challenges, I do have the Five of Swords. Now this is from the suit of swords, so you're going to be dealing with the air signs. You are yourself an air sign, so other Geminis, Aquarians as well as Librans will enter your life. You're going to be someone who is going to think on your feet, but then be mindful of what you speak, because speaking out of turn could also affect your relationships. It could start a fire, so to speak. Again, the five also means you need to be flexible. With that Knight of Swords also talking about sudden developments in your life. So this five also means that you need to negotiate with others. You also need to do things in a very tactful manner, even if you don't want to. Technical issues will again compound matters for you. Influences for February, I do have the Page of Pentacles. Now minor gains can be expected. There's going to be a lot of communication, flurry of activity. You're going to be sought after for your words of wisdom. Maybe there's also going to be opportunities, but then you have to take everything with a grain of salt. Sometimes we are promised much, but we have to settle for peanuts. That is going to be the case for you, Geminis. Again, with the Page of Pentacles also, I think you need to be open to consultancy offers. Maybe someone from your past also wants your services once again because they are dealing with inefficient employees. You're going to be prepared to work late into the night, or you're going to get up early in the morning and complete tasks that are there. Your boss could also expect you to do tasks at short notice. Maybe there's a presentation lined up, but you're going to come good. The first 10 days of February, I do have the Ace of Cups. Now this talks about new beginnings professionally as well as personally. Maybe someone is also going to stir at your heartstrings this Valentine month, so be open. Again, your schedule could be disrupted, so if you're going to take the initiative, I think you need to keep at it rather than whine or complain. Speaking out of turn will also be very deadly, or it could cost you dear. So be watchful of your words. Maybe you are going to be someone who is going to give too much information, and this could be detrimental to your prospects. Financial transactions will require your attention. Maybe you expect others to clear your dues. So money owed to you could also come your way. Within the home front also, maybe you feel you have to surrender to what others want, and this is something which is going to bother you, Geminis. Excess work could result in errors, so you need to review tasks, you need to be focused. Maybe you're also going to be compelled to reduce the rates of your services to create demand. A compromise approach is going to pay dividends. Those of you who want the leadership position, I think you're going to give a piece of your mind to workers who are tardy, or those who expect deadlines to be extended, because you want a very professional approach. Thankfully, these workers will learn the lessons. They will realize that they cannot mess around with you. Time will also be spent looking into home repairs. Maybe you are going to call in the plumber, or you're also going to be looking into documents. The next 10 days, that is 11th to 20th of February, is the Page of Swords. Now, this is a person who is very determined to forge ahead, even if there are going to be disagreements with loved ones over your career decisions, or with respect to higher education. You do want to go in that new direction. Maybe you're making travel plans to go out of town for the same, for higher education or for career opportunities. Your loved ones may think that you're being unreasonable, that you're being impractical, because they don't have deep pockets to fund your dreams, but then somehow things will be arranged for you. Maybe you also need to work on your relationship with your father or a father figure. This February, you're going to take matters headlong. You also need to make allowances rather than let go of opportunities. Gadget or equipment is also something which could bother you throughout the month, like it has bothered me. With the tidal wave disturbance, I think things need to be shaken up if you want to move in that new direction. You cannot be placid, you cannot be calm. So your temperament is definitely going to be suspect, but this card also implies that sudden changes are going to be there in this month. The stock from Lenormand also talks about opportunities from elsewhere. Maybe news is also coming in. Maybe you're also going to receive gifts here. The final days of the month, that is 24th to 28th February, is the Six of Pentacles. This means that you have to look closely at finances. Maybe you feel that money is flowing out, or that you have to cover fines, or you're going to invest. Maybe some of you also need to be generous towards those who are in dire straits. Some of you could also be making travel plans. That could also mean that you need to look into expenses. Incidentally, there are limitations that your family could impose in this period as well, so you need to maneuver them. On the work front also, as an employee, I think you should push the envelope. You should pull up your socks, because your boss could give you the pink slip if you lack focus, or if he thinks that you're not contributing well enough. Again, your creative ideas could also be rubbished, or they could be trashed. That is why you have to rework on them. I do have the card, some doors are best left closed. So in case there's a negative response, you should take it as a blessing in disguise, that maybe it is best for you to not delve into it. Other opportunities could abound. God always opens another door. I think people could also be gossiping about you. There could be skeletons in the cupboard. That is why it would be prudent for you not to go there, or not to open that door. With respect to your love life, I do have the card, You Deserve Love. Cupid's arrow will certainly strike. I think someone from your past could also re-enter, so you could have a choice in love. Maybe you wonder whether this person is serious, or is he just being a player. Yet your life is definitely going to take a new turn. I do have the card, You Are Special to Me, even though I told you otherwise. So this person does have regrets. Maybe they are not going to wear their heart on their sleeve, but then that is exactly how they feel. With the Ace of Cups, I think new romance is definitely going to be there for some Geminis. Again, you could also be making travel plans to be with your lover. You may want to go on that date. You get me like no others. Another beautiful message from the Love Oracle deck. This means that your person is certainly who is very understanding. This person understands you to the core. It's like a soul bond. So conversation is going to flow freely this month. Maybe you will enjoy dinner dates, or you will have good conversations, which is going to be mentally stimulating. And Geminis, you do delight in having witty conversations with your person. Suspicion is going to be the bane of your relationship. So in case you feel that your person is too timing, you also need to be careful. I think marital infidelity could also be a factor for some Geminis. That is why it would be better, not to think along those lines. Rather, trust is the basis of any relationship. So build on your trust. Don't be flirtatious too. Crown chakra, it says here, is the last card in your reading, which means that crown chakra activation is going to be there. Maybe you're going to get insights about your lover, or even with respect to work. So work on it. Maybe you can use amethyst crystal. Vivid dreams are very likely. Divine guidance is at hand. So don't brush these ideas offhand. Rather work on them. I hope Geminis, you liked your reading. This is Ciao with Ariana Stark. Like I said, this is the third time I'm recording your video. I hope you liked it as much as I felt challenged to do it. But then a winner never quits. So that is going to be the motto for Geminis worldwide this February 2026. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.